All right, so this is one of those products that, being a reviewer, I get a lot of products in that sometimes I don't get excited to review. This is a product I'm very excited to review. These are the Perlisten S5Ms. First of its kind. These are the first THX Dominus speakers that you can get. It'll fill a space that's, what is it? If I don't know what it is, but I think it's 6,500 cubic feet of space at something like 120 dB of SPL. So if you got a gigundous home theater, living room, whatever, these guys are gonna fill that space with like no issues whatsoever.
Actually, while going through the manual, the S5M is Dominus certified as a surround speaker, but Ultra certified if you want to use it as an LCR. So it is a step below the Dominus certification if you want to use it as your front speakers.
So let's get this thing unboxed. Shout out to Perlisten for sending these out for me to review and to check out. This looks like a fresh box. Sometimes you get speakers and they've been around the block a few times to different reviewers. But I think this is, I think I'm the first one to check these guys out. Sometimes you get some boxes that are kind of beat up, but this is fresh. I like this packaging. These are some thick, look at that, that's some thick right there. That's some good protection, really good protection on these speakers. These are not cheap speakers. These are like, man, these are like endgame speakers. But in the box, we get some, I think these little bumpers, little foam bumpers, some white gloves, keep your fingerprints off of the speakers, some documentation here. These are, this must be a ported speaker because this looks like a little port plug. Let's take this out the box. This, I believe, weight-wise is something like 42 pounds. One of, if not the heaviest speaker that I've ever had in my house. Look at this. This has got a nice drawstring bag. Very excited for these speakers. So when you undo the drawstring, you're going to be greeted with the bottom of the speaker. On the bottom of the speaker, you're going to see little inserts for the dedicated speaker stands. I have the speaker stands here, so what you would do, you would take the speaker, you would screw it to the bottom of the speaker stands, so you would get a nice, firm, stable base. I would grab the white gloves that come in the package, but I'm going to grab my own gloves, keep the fingerprints off of it. We're going to do this OJ style. Oh, look at that. That's nice. That's real nice. First off, let's take a quick look at the back. This is the rear of the speaker. You can see there's inserts here for a dedicated wall mount. I'll show a picture on the screen, but you can get a dedicated wall mount here if you wanted to pick up the mount, which will allow you to mount this to the wall, and you can swivel it around if you wanted to go that route instead of going the speaker stand mount. But here, this is a bi-wireable speaker. These are rhodium plated. Look at this grill. I have not seen this in a speaker ever. I believe this is a ported speaker, and you can see, I don't know if this is the port or what's going on here, but that is interesting. Let's spin this thing around. This has got a gloss black finish. Hold on, get a shot of this. This is a glossy speaker, like a piano gloss finish. I got the gloves on, so I don't put any fingerprints on it. But I'll be honest with you, I personally am not the fan of glossy speakers. I would have liked on the website, maybe if you're gonna use this in like a home theater setup, I would have liked maybe like a matte finish. So that way you can do away with any reflections or anything like that. But I understand why they put the gloss finish because it does look a bit more premium, a little bit more rich. But for me personally, I would have liked to see like a satin or matte finish. But I do appreciate the finish on this because it's definitely premium, no doubt. It's mirror finish. Don't touch it with your hands because you're gonna get fingerprints on it. But on the front here, we get dual 7-inch drivers. And in the center portion here, we've got 3 drivers. We've got a 1-inch beryllium dome tweeter and these 1-inch drivers here, which handle the mid-range. I think the frequency response, 80 to 20K as well, for bass response. I think the in-room response is something like 39 hertz.
As we were looking closer at the speaker, we found that if you remove the bottom plate by pulling out the screws, you'll find the port hiding under here. This is a very interesting placement for it. Now you can just stick the foam plug right in there.
Size-wise, this is 23.5 inches tall by 9.5 inches wide by 15.5 inches deep, and this speaker weighs 42 pounds. Actually, I think it's like 41.5 pounds. So if you're gonna hang this on your wall, get some robust wall mounts or put them on some stands. I've got some dedicated speaker stands for these guys, which I'm gonna use in the theater. But this is it. This might be legit endgame status home theater speakers. We're gonna hook this up on the 2-channel system. We're gonna give you some thoughts and impressions there. And I'm also gonna hook this up in the home theater. We're gonna hook them up to some McIntosh amps, turn off processor. We'll come back, give you some thoughts and impressions.